good? This the Walker Bar for Black Authentic Truth. And this book is worth $14,000. Look, we already know that when it comes to information, a lot of times you see these books that be costing so much money and you be wondering, why do these books cost this much money? Well, a lot of people who are scholars, a lot of you out there, a lot of black people that search for truth and open up books and want to uncover and find things, we understand that a lot of times it be truth in these books that they don't want to get out to the masses. Now, the saying is true that if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. But it has to go even further than that, because there are black people that do like to read. So the powers that be, for whatever reason, price these books at these outrageous price points, knowing that ain't nobody like us finna spend that amount of money on no damn book. When it comes to a book being that much, we're more likely to spend that money on something to eat, on rent, or on clothes or something like that. We're not spending all of that money or trying to invest money in a book and something that, okay, once you read it, you're done with it. And so that brings me to this book, The Lost Tribes, A Myth, Suggestions Towards Rewriting Hebrew History, by Alan H. Godbey, PhD and professor of the Old Testament of Duke University. Now, I just said that Alan Godbey, he was a professor at Duke University. He was also a part of a lot of biblical societies, archaeological societies, and found out about all of these different places throughout Africa, which were Hebrew settlements, ranging from the Horn of Africa through the interior all the way to the west coast of Africa. And so this is very interesting because many of us believe that we are the real Jews, but a lot of people are skeptical about that being true. Even black people are skeptical about that having any validity. And so that, in my opinion, is the reason why books like these, Russian icons, books that just expose and show you that black people were everywhere. Not only that, but they had culture and they also had an identity. These type of books are priced at outrageous prices because in reality, they don't want this type of information to get out to the masses. So I'm not going to go into detail in this book. Just going to go over some of the pages. Now, the most important part of this book is, and you can look how old it is, pretty old book. Well, let me get to the most important part that I want to show you guys. You have maps in here. So you got these full-blown maps that fold out. And this is what I want to go over. This is a map of the landmass of Africa. You got Arabia up here. But I'm going to get on the computer so that we can see it a little better because, you know, I don't want to mess this book up. But what I also... So here we are. And before I get into it, I just want to say this is something this book has been known for a while in, you know, different circles. I've known about this book for several years, this type of information. So what we're looking at right here is a map. One of the map I just showed you in the book. It talks about different Jewish kingdoms throughout the continent of Africa. So if you just look, I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna get right there. See, it says Elephantine right here, right there, right? It tells you 600 BC. It was a Jewish garrison. Now you can read in history that there were Jews, Israelites that were used as soldiers and they set a garrison in Elephantine in Egypt by the Egyptians. There's evidence. In fact, there's a papyri that came out where it was Jews sending letters to the high priest in Jerusalem, and they had a whole tabernacle built in Elephantine. They had a whole community of black Jews, and even today, that evidence still exists. Right? It's called Aswan today. Aswan, Egypt, that area, right? All of these are some way related in shape or form to these being communities of Jews, settlements of Jews, some more, some lesser, right? You come down here to West Africa and you have different Jewish kingdoms all throughout there. There's other maps that you can look at that shows that this area was also called Negro land at the time of the slave trade, or the land of the Jews. And so what you find is that there was a lot and a ton of information recorded during these times that we don't hear about. We don't hear about this in the public and the American school system. We go by the train of thought that because we came from Africa, we're all the same. We're one group of people, and there's no differences, and there were never no Hebrews. Well, stuff like this shows you that there were Hebrews, and that's why this stuff be so expensive. Now, I'm going to go to the search and just show you. So right here it's 2,900. That's that's the cheapest I've seen it. See, these ones where you see 79 in the 70s, these are iffy. They're not books. They're like PDFs. Lost Tribes of Myth. You got, this is the lowest I've seen it, 2,900, and you got 9,500, and let's go here, Amazon. 14,500. There you go. You can see that's the same book. And so yeah, you can see this book has a lot of good information. It has a lot of interesting things that maybe you might want to go and research and look up. It has things that I had never seen before, but very interesting, and validates what I already believe. So it validates that, and I'm sure there's many other books like this that I have not came across, that maybe some of y'all have came across, that y'all can put in the comments. When it comes to learning and finding out things, that's very important, especially in this time where they try to rewrite even black history. As you know, right now they're trying to say that black people that came in the transatlantic slave trade basically came in slavery and learned new trades. That's basically was a benefit to them, coming in slavery, because they gained new trades. They learned how to be this and be that. So yeah, I look forward to bringing out more information like this, more books like this, also to hit some of those libraries again and just go through those books. I'm gonna get up out of here. Let me know what you think about this video. Give me your thoughts and your opinions, and with that, this is Black Authentic Truth.